Welcome back to Primetime News. We apologize for the late start. The debate on the no-confidence motion against Prime Minister Bruce Golding rages in Gordon House at this hour.
Opposition members are making the case for Mr. Golding to resign as Prime Minister following his handling of the extradition request for accused drug lord Christopher Dudas Coke. So far, 5 members of the opposition have spoken.
Mr. Speaker, something is rotten in the state of Jamaica. That's correct.
The opposition leader hearkens to William Shakespeare's Hamlet as she opens a no-confidence debate against Prime Minister Bruce Golding. It would be one of several biting literary references as the opposition leader spent just under an hour berating Prime Minister Golding for his role in the Dudas extradition matter and the Manard Phelps and Phillips affair. Alluding to Folk Creature and Nancy, Mrs. Simpson Miller said the Prime Minister had engaged in a tangled web of deception when he said the government had not hired the U.S. law firm, only to confirm that he had sanctioned the entire initiative months before as a JLP effort.
This is some-fi of the caliber that would put our folk hero, Brother Nancy, to shame. Honorable House, this is an unforgivable violation, Mr. Speaker, that is punishable by dignified resignation, or in the absence of the demonstration of such a selfless and moral action, must, Mr. Speaker, be met with the sanction of removal by a vote.
It was hard to miss the irony of the moment. Only 4 years ago, in the midst of the Trafigura no-confidence debate, it was Mr. Golding who stood here calling for the Portia Simpson Miller-led government to return to Jamaicans to seek a new mandate. Today, Mr. Golding sat stone-faced as the PNP poured scorn on his actions, lambasted his government and called for him to do the honourable thing. His apology to Jamaicans was not good enough, the PNP MPs argued.
The only appropriate action available to the Prime Minister is to do the honourable thing and resign. Mr. Speaker, this is why I support the motion and call on all colleagues on both sides of the houses to let decency and honesty triumph over political expediency.
It is with a sense of personal disappointment that one of the authors of this whole sordid chapter was none other than the Prime Minister of Jamaica. The Prime Minister had previously given many hope that he represented a new and different trend in Jamaican politics. A new beginning for an admittedly scarred and blemished political system in Jamaica.
With the government holding a clear majority in Gordon House, there is little chance that the no-confidence motion will succeed. But at newstime, PNP MPs were still at it, with none of the government members yet to rise in defense, though they made clear their displeasure in the form of loud crosstalk and other efforts. Archibald Gordon, TVJ News.
As the nation continues its preoccupation with the operation in West Kingston and the search for Dudas, the dual citizenship saga has resurfaced with serious consequences. Today, news broke that Member of Parliament for North East St Anne, Shaheni Robinson, has been unseated. The loss of her seat has reduced the government's majority in Parliament from 32 to 31 seats. Nicole Hales-McGowan has the details.
As the JLP administration deals with the fallout from last week's operation in West Kingston and the political issues around it, the party now has to contend with more distressing news. Its slim majority in Parliament has been reduced even further. Yesterday, High Court Judge Justice Roy Jones declared the North East St Anne seat vacant, which means Shaheni Robinson is no longer the Member of Parliament. This means the government will be forced to call a by-election at a time when it's under immense political pressure. The ruling was a default judgment against Ms. Robinson because she failed to appear for a scheduled court hearing yesterday in the dual citizenship case brought against her by the former PNP MP Manley Bowen following the September 2007 general election. The judgment states that under Sections 39 and 40 of the Constitution, Ms. Robinson was not qualified to be elected as member of the House of Representatives. The judgment also notes that the September 3, 2007 election for Northeast Sudan was, quote, null and void and of no effect, and the seat is declared vacant, end quote. However, speaking with TVJ News earlier today, Ms. Robinson expressed a shock at the ruling. As for why she missed the court hearing, she said she had not been served with the court papers and insisted that she had a scheduled court date of June 7 following the last case management conference at the Supreme Court.
I stand on the side of the law, and I have all intentions of turning up in court for the trial on the 7th of June. I must point out to you that prior to this, I have attended all court dates that I have been given. I have attended, and Mr. Bowen, who brought the action against me, did not attend many of them.
The documents for Ms. Robinson to vacate the seat were served on the Speaker of the House and the Clerk of the House this morning. In the motion brought against Ms. Robinson, Manley Bowen had contended that Ms. Robinson was not qualified to be elected to the House of Representatives because she was a dual citizen. Mr. Bowen had asked the court to declare her election null and void and declared that the PNP candidate O.S. Senior Smith be returned as the MP for the constituency. Chief Justice Zayla McCalla had ordered full disclosure by May 7, a deadline Ms. Robinson's legal team missed. Nicole Hales-McGowan, TVJ News.
And the booting of Shaheni Robinson from the Northeast Sudan seat comes after a 9-year run as MP. She rose to prominence following her 2001 victory over the PNP's Vinroy Brown in a March 2001 by-election. In that election, she polled 9,979 votes to Mr. Brown's 6,941. Her winning streak continued in the 2002 general election, where she beat the PNP's Carol Jackson. In the 2007 general election, Ms. Robinson polled 11,632 votes over the PNP's Oswest Senior Smith, who received 9,610.
The Jamaica Labour Party says it intends to fight the ruling. The party's communications spokesman, Andrew Holness, indicated today that the JLP has not accepted the ruling and will contest it through the legal means.
The party is doing everything possible to ensure that legal action is taken. The information that I have received so far is that a stay of execution will be sought.
The Police High Command is reporting that the number of guns seized in the ongoing operation in West Kingston has increased by 7 since the last figures were released on Sunday. The count is now at 47. According to the police, the guns seized include 26 handguns and 21 rifles. The police also say the number of ammunition found in the West Kingston operation now stands at 10,673.
And as the hunt for Christopher Duda's co continues, the police say they are still interviewing Justin Ogilvie, an alleged long-time associate and close ally of the West Kingston fugitive. During an operation on the weekend, senior detectives from the flying squad had detained Mr. Ogilvie, seen on the left of this file photograph, with Transport Minister Mike Henry. The photo comes from a previous contract signing ceremony at the Transport Ministry some time ago. The police say they cannot release much information on Mr. Ogilvie, save for the fact that they are interested in him at this moment.
The mayor of Kingston has dismissed the military's claim that the passage it discovered in Tivoli Gardens yesterday was a secret tunnel, possibly used by gunmen last week and on previous occasions to escape law enforcement. Nadine McLeod visited the mayor's parlor today.
A former police commissioner had alluded to secret tunnels in Tivoli Gardens, which former MP Edward Siag and others had dismissed as pure folklore. So when the military said it had found one such passage leading from Tivoli to North Street and took our news team on a tour of it yesterday, it elicited strong reactions. One such came from the Council for Tivoli Gardens and Mayor of Kingston, Desmond McKenzie.
It is not a tunnel, and the security forces continue to do discredit to the community.
Armed with a book of drains in Kingston and St. Andrew, the mayor showed us where this drain goes.
That drain runs from Industrial Terrace all the way through the taking all the storm water that comes and is deposited in the gully.
Yesterday, the soldiers said there were roads leading off the drain, but the mayor said that isn't so. To prove it, he showed us this page. But whether this is called a drain or a tunnel, can it and has it been used as an escape route for people trying to elude the law? Which was the central point made by the former commissioner and the security force.